The 1924 Summer Olympics, officially known as the Games of the VIII Olympiad, were an international multi-sport event which was celebrated in 1924 in Paris, France. It was the second time Paris hosted the Games, after 1900. The selection process for the 1924 Summer Olympics consisted of 6 bids, and saw Paris be selected ahead of Amsterdam, Barcelona, Los Angeles, Prague and Rome. The selection was made at the 20th IOC Session in Lausanne in 1921. The cost of the Games of the VIII Olympiad was estimated to be 10 million francs, with total receipts at 5,496,610 francs. The Olympics resulted in a hefty loss despite crowds that reached 60,000 people at a time. Highlights: the opening ceremony and several sporting events took place in the Olympic Stadium of Columbia, which had a capacity of 45,000 in 1924. This 8th Olympiad was the last one organized under the presidency of Pierre de Coubertin. The Flying Finns dominated the long-distance running, while the British and Americans dominated the shorter events. Paavo won the 1,500 meters and 5,000 meters and the cross-country run. Vilritona won the 10,000 meters and the 3,000 meter steeplechase, while finishing second to Nurmi on the 5,000 meters and cross-country. Albin Steners won the marathon, while the Finnish team was victorious in the 3,000 meters and cross-country team events. British runners Harold Abrahams and Eric Liddell won the 100 meters and 400 meters events, respectively. The stories are depicted in the 1981 movie Chariots of Fire. In addition, Douglas Lowe won the 800 meters competition. The marathon distance was fixed at 42.195 kilometers, from the distance run at the 1908 Summer Olympics in London. The 1924 Olympics were the first to use the standard 50 meters pool with marked lanes. Swimmer Johnny Weissmuller won 3 gold medals in swimming and 1 bronze in water polo. Harold Osborne won gold medals and set Olympic records in both the high jump and the decathlon at the 1924 Olympics. His 6 feet 6 inches high jump remained the Olympic record for 12 years, while his decathlon score of 7,710.775 points also set a world record and resulted in worldwide press coverage calling him the world's greatest athlete. Fencer Roger Ducret of France won 5 medals, of which 3 were gold. In gymnastics, 24 men scored a perfect 10. 23 of them scored it in the now discontinued event of rope climbing. Albert Seguin scored a 10 here and also a perfect 10 on side vault. Unexpectedly, the national team of Uruguay won the gold medal in football. The Olympic motto Citius Altius Fortia was used for the first time at the Olympics. It had been used before by the Union des Associations Acutes Françaises de Sports Athletiques, a French sporting federation whose founding members included Pierre de Coubertin. De Coubertin took the motto from his friend Henry Deedon, a Dominican priest who had coined during a speech before a Paris youth gathering of 1891. Ireland was given formal recognition as an independent nation in the Olympic movement in Paris in 1924, and it was at these Games that Ireland made its first appearance in an Olympic Games as an independent nation. Originally called Semaine des Sports d'Hiver and held in association with the 1924 Summer Olympics, the sports competitions held in Chamonix between the 25th of January and the 5th of February 1924 were later designated by the International Olympic Committee as the first Olympic Winter Games. These were the first games to feature an Olympic village. The art competitions at the 1924 Summer Olympics were the first time that the Olympic art competitions were contested seriously, with 193 entries in 5 categories. A total of 14 medals were awarded, though none were given in the music category. Sports. 126 events in 23 disciplines, comprising 17 sports, were part of the Olympic program in 1924. The number of events in each discipline is noted in parentheses. Demonstration sports: basque pelota, canoeing, jeu de paume, locan, savate, volleyball, baseball. Venues. 17 sports venues were used in the 1924 Summer Olympics. Stade de Colombiers served as the final venue for the 1938 FIFA World Cup between Italy and Hungary. Participating nations. A total of 44 nations were represented at the 1924 Games. Germany was still absent, having not been invited by the organizing committee. China, Ecuador, Haiti, Ireland, Lithuania, and Uruguay attended the Olympic Games for the first time, while the Philippines competed for first time in an Olympic Games as a nation, though it first participated in 1900 Summer Olympic Games also in this city. Latvia and Poland attended the Summer Olympic Games for the first time. China also took part in the opening ceremony, but its 4 athletes withdrew from competition. Medal count. These are the top 10 nations that won medals the 1924 Games. Pierre de Coubertin, founder of the IOC in Amp, father of the modern Olympics movement, personally awarded 21 gold medals to members of the 1922 British Mount Everest expedition, including 12 Britons, 7 Indians, 1 Australian and 1 Nepalese. Last surviving competitor. The last surviving competitor of the 1924 Summer Olympics was Croatian swimmer Ivo Pavluk, who died on the 22nd of February 2011 at the age of 103.